Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to my channel. I am Lola, your Empress of Love, and I am giving you the tea on love and romance for December 2019. Okay, Aquarius, your first card up is well, actually, you have two cards that came out in this lineup here. You have the Empress, and you have the Strength card. Okay. Now, the Emperor's card indicates that for some of you, Aquarius, you're going to be coming out of a third party relationship and that you want to share your love, you want to share how you feel about love, but you're finding that you're not able to because of this third party relationship, but you're not going to be remaining in this situation, whether it's because you are dealing with two people or whether it's the person that you're dealing with is dealing with someone else. Or even if it's in thought where you've been in a relationship with someone and you just haven't let them go in your mind or in your spirit or in your emotions, and you've just been hanging on, or the situation has been hanging on, and you've been feeling like you're the third wheel in a relationship. That type of situation is coming to an end for those of you that this resonate with. Um, Also, the strength card comes to tell you that you have been, for some of you Aquarius, you've been having difficulty in moving forward in a new relationship because you've been holding on to a past relationship. Now, for some of you, this resonates with you in both situations. You're holding on to a past relationship, haven't been able to move on in a new relationship because of the past relationship, and for some of you, you will be um, not being able to move on because of a past relationship, but not so much is that you are hanging on to a past relationship, but because of things that have happened in a past relationship, you may not have allowed yourself to move forward. So either way, some of you are going to be coming out of the three-party relationship. Some of you are going to be moving on in a new relationship, or allowing yourself to move on in a new relationship, or at least to be open to a new relationship, because the strength card is here demonstrating that things are going to work out in your favor. And if you had any apprehension about things working out, that is going to become a thing of the past, and any troubles that you may have had, you're going to surmount them. And even if it's been a long road coming for you to get involved in a new relationship, the strength card indicates that you are going to allow that to happen, and you are going to be moving forward. For those of you that this card resonates with, that's what's going to be coming for you in the month of December 2019. Then the next category, you have the card that comes from the Secret Tarot deck. And you have two cards that came out there too. And the first card is the Temperance card. And then you have the Hangman, and you have the Temperance card, and then you have the Hangman in reverse. Now, the Temperance card indicates that for some of you Aquarius, someone from your past is going to be coming in, and they are going to be um, coming back in, and it's going to be a surprise for some of you. Some of you have, I mean, you would think that this is not possible, but they're going to be coming back in your life, but they're coming back in as if to close that chapter in your life, or to have that last go around with you. Maybe you guys may talk, you may have conversation, you may just, decide that you're going to end it, and or you may just decide that it's not any, you don't want to expend any more energy on this situation. But it sounds like the first two cards are corresponding with the third card, and that someone new is coming in. Someone new is coming in, but it also may be someone from your past as it relates to the third party relationship. Someone from your past may be coming in, that they're going to close that chapter in your life. At the same time, some of you are going to be dealing with someone that is coming in that's going to be new, that will be trying to fill that void, or have a relationship with you. And some of you, even if it's not someone new, it may be someone that you haven't given the time of day to, or you just wasn't feeling them in that way, you're going to now start to let them in. Um, so with the Hangman card, some of you Aquarius, you are going to be coming out of that place of where you have been inside of yourself and trying to figure things out, and just going it alone, so to speak, but going within yourself and saying, I just need to figure this out with just me. So some of you are going to be coming out of that place, and you're going to be coming out of that place with a decision to move forward. But because the Hangman is in the reverse position, I'm going to say that you're done with that period of just being isolated and just being inside of yourself and trying to figure things out. Then another card that came up for you from that same deck that doesn't seem to have anything to do with love and romance per se, but it indicates that for some of you Aquarius, you're going to be getting raises on your job. And this is the Six of Pentacles. And as I said, it didn't, in this particular reading, it doesn't seem to have as much to do with love and romance. But the love and romance, if you're getting a raise on your job, for some of you, you may be able to allow yourself to open up to a new relationship with the Strength card, because you may not feel the crunch as much with your finances, and that things are going to begin to work out for you. So therefore, you may stop focusing on the past and what didn't happen or what has happened, and start to move forward in the future with getting more finances coming in, or getting finances that are going to be freed up for some of you. Then you have from the Q&E deck, you have the Seven of Swords here. And I have to read that, and I have to put my lookers on because you can see how small that writing is. Now, that card says, and it's in the upright position, it says, many choices confront you. Only one is correct. All others will be a disaster. Running away from decisions, problems, and communications make things worse. Your first instinct will be to try to do everything on your own. Back off at the first sign of things not working out correctly. Selfish decisions bring dishonor and change. So the Seven of Swords here is basically telling you that you're going to be having to make some decisions, and it's asking you not to make the selfish decision or the wrong decision. Otherwise, there will be harsh consequences to pay. And it's this card also indicates someone that is taking something that doesn't belong to him or her. So you want to stay clear of a situation like that. If it's something that's not for you, leave it where you found it, as it relates to love and romance. In other words, I could say probably this is going toward the three-party relationship, and that you're getting out of it, but this is just adding on to that part about moving on and not getting caught up in the wrong situation. Okay, then you have the next card comes from the Romance Angels deck, and that is the This Could Be the One. Okay, and I have to read that and put my lookers on. And this could be the one card says, you've already met the romantic partner you see. This card signals that you've already met the person you romantically see. Perhaps you're already in a relationship with him or her. The romance angels sent this card because it seems you're not recognizing or enjoying the full potential of this person and relationship. Sometimes you may overlook someone who's meant for you because you have a different idea of what the partner should look like or act like. Take a moment to consider, who might this be? The first person to come to mind is probably the one. Next, invite the romance angels into your dreams as you're going to bed. Ask them to give you very clear information about your romantic partner, either in your present relationship or a future one. During sleep, you're more open to angelic guidance. When you awaken, you may not remember your dreams, but you will have a clearer sense of romance and partnership. Take any action you feel called to take any action you feel called to based on take any action you feel called to based on your inner guidance. Even if it seems unrelated to your love life, trust that the angels are leading you toward the one you desire. Take any action you feel called to based on your inner guidance, even if it seems unrelated to your love life. Trust that your angels are leading you toward the one you desire. Okay. So, Aquarius, some of you, if you will ask the angels to come to you in your dreams to give you clear understanding of what's coming for you, or what direction you should move in, or when you should move at all, or if you should be still. Ask the angels to give you that guidance in your sleep, in your dreams, and they're waiting there to guide you to that perfect one. And then you have the Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck, and two cards came out on that one as well. And you have the number 4, lead, and then you have number 7, move. Okay, and I will read both of those. Number 4, I'll put my lookers on. Number 4, lead, says, in matters of the heart, the energy of this card can both help and hinder. Examine the role that you play in your relationships. Do you take the lead and guide the direction of the relationship, or do you follow the other person? If you lead, you are forcing your will on the other person. If you follow, are your own needs being met? A solid relationship involves give and take, lead and follow. There has been in there has been I'm sorry, there has to be an even exchange of energy. And this is true for all relationships. This card reminds you to guide, not dominate. This card focuses on the intellectual rather than the emotional side of the relationship. How is the relationship serving those involved? If a relationship is to be healthy and strong, everyone's needs must be met. There has to be sufficient structure in order so that each person knows their boundaries. Each person must make the relationship a priority or put effort into making it strong. And finally, the decisions made in the in and about the relationship must be based on sound reasoning rather than pure ego. If you're looking for a romantic relationship, are you actively searching, or are you hoping someone will simply just show up in your life? This is a card of action, of being proactive, not reactive. Take the lead, network, make yourself available. And the affirmation here is, I ensure that my relationships are healthy and that each person's needs are met. And this card corresponds with the Emperor card in the traditional tarot deck. Then you have the Move card, and that card says, now is the time to be proactive regarding matters of the heart. If you're looking for a relationship, take the initiative to find one. Take advantage of the many ways to meet your soulmate. This card is about action, action, action. If your current relationship is not moving in the direction you wish, do whatever it is required to shift your do whatever is required to shift the direction. You're the master of your own destiny, and that includes your relationships. Don't wait for others to make the first move or to set the tone of the relationship. Take charge. Creating and sustaining a good relationship requires discipline. It's not enough to be in a relationship, you must invest in it as well. Be present and focus on the relationship. Give every relationship the opportunity and time that's needed and that it deserves to flourish and grow. Now is the time to focus on your needs and the needs of your partner. Make the effort to maintain healthy boundaries for yourself and to respect the boundaries of others. While rewarding relationships require effort, there must be a balanced effort from both partners. Perhaps it's time to examine your relationship or relationships. Are both parties putting forth effort in equal effort to make the relationship work? Are you comfortable with the amount of effort your relationship requires of you? If any relationship feels draining or it's not worth the effort, if any relationship feels draining or it feels it's not worth the effort, then perhaps it's time to move on. The affirmation here is take charge of your relationships. And this card corresponds with the chariot, which is the movement card, okay? So here you have these two cards telling you, Aquarius, for some of you, it's telling you to take the lead and move. And action, action, action. Now, in some ways, this sounds like a contradiction to what the other card said about you um, waiting or hearing from the angels in terms of knowing if this is the one, because it's saying to you, go into your dreams and ask the angels in your dreams to give you the guidance, but at the same time it's telling you to take the lead and move. Well, what that would mean is that when you pray and trust the angels, yes, they are bringing about that thing that you wish for, that you hope for, but it's also telling you to not in this particular situation, not expect that someone is going to come and just snatch you up, but to engage yourself and to be a part of the process, to put yourself in a place where you have hobbies and where you have interests so that you will meet someone that has the same interests or maybe the same hobbies that you have. Not so much as you saying that if someone is different that you can't relate to them, but it puts you in a place and makes it easier for you to adapt and understand that person and that person to understand you if you have things in common. So that's what this part of the reading is telling you to do, to lead and to be proactive, to move. Okay? Then you have the cards that come from the love and relationship deck. Okay? And that, well, those of you that have listened to my videos in the past, you know that this is one of my favorite decks. It's also known as the art deck, for A for amethyst, R for rose, and T for turquoise, okay? And you know that you read the cards straight across, and then the middle portion and the bottom portion is read like a poem, okay? So I'm going to put my lookers on and go ahead and read that for you. The worker loves isolation. Face being alone. Once you stop fearing it and know you can, you may not have to. Strive to learn what love is. Find someone with whom you want nothing less than to spend life together. To achieve this, keep your distance to avoid being overwhelmed. Now is not wise for you to get too close to another. Though it may be hard to do, act like there's no love for you. Concentrate and do work hard and learn love's lessons from the cards. Such independence may attract the kind of love you think you lack. You'll know your love is real and true when making love means something new. When holding hands or sharing hugs can satisfy your need for love. Until you both feel this is true, it's just romance, not love for you. But if you get too sensitive and feel the pain of all who live, put distance between yourself and strife and just pursue the quiet life. When things and people cloud your mind, it's best to leave them for a time. Okay? Now, again, that sounds a little contradictory because it's saying go after love and then it's telling you to go into yourself and be isolated, if you will. So that tells me that for some of you, you're on a journey where you're coming out of that place of isolation and you're in a place where you can now go forward with the strength card and accept the love that's being offered to you and to even seek the love that you want. And then for those of you who may be feeling that you're not just there yet, you are um, being called to go into that place of the hangman and the right side up and go into yourself and try and find you. Find what it is that you want, what you truly seek, and in spite of everything else, um, come out with knowing what it is that you truly want so that when you get it, you will know it. And not so much as that you're just stabbing in the dark at a relationship, any relationship, but truly expecting to get the relationship that your heart desires. Then you have coming from the vice versa deck, you have two cards that came out, and you have the Ten of Wands, that's the burden card, and you have the Seven of Cups, which is the make a decision card. Now, the burden card is indicating here that for some of you, Aquarius, you've just been carrying too much for you, and it's been breaking you down. You've been carrying a work that is not for you. Give it to the universe, give it to the gods, give it to whomever you entrust your higher power with, and whomever you entrust your life with, your very existence with, your well-being with. Where does your supply come from? That's the person, that's the place that you go to and you give this burden to, because according to this burden card, you have been carrying it way too long and way too much, and it's just not for you to do. You don't have to. You can give it over to the universe, you know cast it upon the Christ in you, for he cares for you. I mean, if this situation with your love and romance has been, if this is what this burden is that you've been carrying, cast it upon the Christ in you. Say, I cast this burden of this relationship onto the Christ in me, and I go free. And just keep repeating that to yourself until you feel the burden lift, until you feel free of this burden, because this is just way too heavy for you. And you don't need to carry it. Why carry it when you can just give it to the God in you? Give it to your supplier, the person that you trust in. Give it over to that person and let that burden go to where it lies. Christ says, my burden is light. My yoke is easy. He's asking you to give him the burden. Give it to him. Give him that burden of, if it's the burden of your relationship, give him the burden. I cast the burden of this relationship and onto the Christ in me, and I go free. And as it relates to you making decisions, okay, this card is the card of decisions, but it's here in this reading to let you know that if you don't feel as though you have a clear-cut decision, then be still and wait for the universe to make the decision for you. Wait for the universe to make it obvious for you as to what you should do. And just be still. Just be still. Don't take any action when you don't feel that it's necessary. Stop spinning your wheels and just be still. For some of you, you're being called to go into that place of isolation and looking within yourself to get the answers. And some of you are being called to to just wait on the higher powers to open the doors for you, to give you the things that you need as it relates to love and romance. Okay? And I'm going to ask you to go forth and hit that like button and go to www.whatsthettarot and book your reading online. I do all my readings by phone. If you would like to book a reading, go on, book your reading, and I just ask that you be available at the time of your reading, so that you can get your reading at the time that is set aside for you. If you're not available, then you won't have to pay again, but you will have to make another appointment to get your reading done. I do offer same day readings. Um, I ask you to also go to the donation page, make a generous donation to our Images Everything Yo program. It is a good hygiene and etiquette program that we are looking forward to launching in the upcoming year. Perhaps by mid-January, things will be in place, and with your help, we can certainly work toward that together, getting that program up and running. It is the Images Everything Yo program. It is a good hygiene and etiquette program, and I'm thanking you in advance for your generous donation. No donation is too small, no donation is too large. Any donation is helpful and thankful. We thank you in advance. I thank you in advance for your donation, and I thank you in advance for hitting the like button. I thank you in advance for going on and booking your reading at www.whatsthettarot.com. And I'm offering questions to each sign. I'm going to take a few questions. Aquarius, if you have questions, you can post them in the comment section. I want to take a few questions from each sign and answer the questions in the next video. And because I'm doing all of the signs, I'm only going to take a few from each zodiac sign. And hopefully the questions that I select, even though it's asked by one person, hopefully it will help many people, and that the people that this reading resonate with, they may have the same questions. So, and when I take the questions, hopefully it will help a lot of people get their questions answered as well. So with that being said, I'm going to say ciao for now.